Good morning, Mr. Adams. I cannot wait to talk to you later tonight. I haven't been asleep yet. I'm going to get ready to lay down. But you remember I told you that hitchhiker's been coming from my spot and tapping on my window? He was doing it last night. And then we went around the house, started finding the prints, and sure enough, we casted it. Here's the pictures.
Okay, what's up, Weaselfile? And good, I guess it's Gooden's Auto. Okay, hey, this time he's in.
On my computer, but on my phone it will.
Well, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. I could not get it to work on my computer, but on my phone it's working.
Can you?
I apologize for that.
On your computer, can you disconnect from the show, please?
Yes. How do I do that? Let's see.
No, you're on your phone right now, right? You're talking to your phone. Just use your phone. We have two. You're using the phone and the computer. So if you take off the one that
Just
you
exit
started
out.
with, yeah, just exit out so we can. This will say leave studio. The first one you try to get into, not the one you're talking to me now, the first one. Anyways, while you're figuring that out, I'm going to talk about do some business, okay, bro?
There you go, left studio.
Okay. Well, I'm going to do some business right now. You missed the intro. I guess we could do it again. Should we play it again? Yeah, it's all right. We got Russell, Toe here, Gary. How you doing, Gary? Weasel again. Hey, what's going on, Weasel? You got your crew here. That's some of your crew.
Nice.
Anyways, first of all, I'm going to do some business and we'll play the video that I did, a compilation of the images you gave me and the audio you gave me this morning. Anyways, first of all, tomorrow we got Dennis, W, Carl, paranormal, UFO, cryptid. Let's see. UFO cryptid consultant, investigator, researcher will join me at 1. Let's go back here. Then on Saturday, we got Vanilla Gorilla speaking truth that few can hear. Sunday, we have Tex front porch, cryptids and high strangeness and etc. We're going to talk about Tex from Texas front porch. Then Tuesday, I have Sasquatch Ontario Mike. We'll be talking hidden truth. The hidden truth about Sasquatch. So that's what we got going on. So without saying that, let's play this because you missed it. Let's check this out.
Okay.
This is a pretty simple video. Just
Good morning, Mr. Adams. I cannot wait to talk to you later tonight. I haven't been asleep yet. I'm going to get ready to lay down. But you remember I told you that hitchhiker's been coming from my spot and tapping on my window? He was doing it last night. And then we went around the house, started finding the prints, and sure enough, we casted it. Here's the pictures.
there you go, bro. Looks like you found something around your house.
Yeah.
6-toed, in fact.
Yes.
Got 6 toes, huh? That's interesting. 6 fingers, 6 toes, huh? Tell us about it. What happened, man?
Well, actually, what the spot that I do my stuff in, man, normally they do have 6 toes out there.
Sounds like you got a freak show in your neighborhood. Tell us more.
Well, as far as the hitchhiker, the one you're referring to in that video clip, we've been tracking one in our location that we do our Squatch topic hunts in, and he has a 21-inch trod, or not trod, but track. And I honestly think it's the same one, but I can't truly say it until I set both casts side by side and actually measure out and compare every detail. But the other cast of that 21-inch I did break, but I still have all the pieces, so I could put it, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's like whenever I go to my site, I would go out and gift and do my thing and whatnot. And then I go in the house, and then a little while later, you hear something hit the window or the side of the house to the room that I stay in at my father-in-law's when we go visit out there. And I'd go outside and look over and peek around the house. And then go down there, you know, and then go a couple laps around, and they would run across the street, go around the back, and then tear ass into the woods. But the thing is this is 47 miles away from that location.
Okay.
And it seems like when I go out there, now that the tapping on the house out there has just started within the past year. Happening here at this location has only been going on a couple of months. But
Okay.
I went out, we heard it that night, and then went out back with the kids so they could go play. When my son went around the side of the house, and I saw an impression in the grass. And I looked at it, and I was like, well, I'll be darned, it's a track. And then my wife went up further, and she found this one. Here, I actually have it right here. Let me take this phone off the stand. I'll let you guys see it.
All right. Let's see what we got.
I'll let you see it. Turn it around here. Am I able to flip my camera? No. Oh, well, here, I'll do it this way. Look at that. You see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 toes. And now, the way you can tell it's a Sasquatch is they have this extra fatty pad right here. And then they have that distinct cut in over here, along with the mid-tarsal break between the heel and the forefoot. I think that this here, the design between this groove and this hunk of meat here, is so they could grasp trees for climbing and whatnot. It would also give an advantage of moving a little more stealth as well for positioning of the foot on the ground. But yeah.
Okay.
My wife actually is the one that casted this.
What's the size of it again?
About 21.
Big foot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Big foot for a big
And I
fella.
mean, I have, let me say, this one here. This was 13. Yeah. So I documented it when I got casted. It was live when I casted it. 13 in length. Width is 5 inches. But the toes, the way the foot landed, the toes aren't distinct. But if you actually study it, there's 6. So
Cool, man.
And I also have a handprint that right there.
Let's see it.
I mean, look at that. Can you imagine that grabbing your face?
No.
Or that foot.
No, I can't.
Or that foot
No,
stepping on you.
Yeah, man.
It'd be
So,
awful.
I know you got a lot of your crew here, but there's going to be people in the future who don't know you. Give us a little background of who Josh Joyner is.
I'm just your average Joe, man. I love the outdoors. I love fishing, camping, survival, stuff of that nature, you know. That's about it. You know, I used to go fishing 5, 6 days a week. And then, you know, we go out to my father-in-law's. I'm always drawn to the woods. So since we've been together, I've been going there, and that makes 16 years now
Right.
of me trucking through those woods. And I don't know, you start feeling like you're being watched, and you start seeing things, and you start questioning your mind on what's going on.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
a lot of things go through your mind.
When did all this start happening? So you say you've been hanging out at this place for 16 years. So when did all these experiences start happening? The feeling you're being watched. And all. Were you? I'm going to ask you a brutal question, but not to be disrespectful. But it happens to many of us. Were you focusing on Bigfoot prior to this stuff happening?
I didn't believe in it.
Did you watch any shows or anything like that, or were you paying attention to it or not?
Nope.
Okay, so okay, that's a
I
good.
was doing I was
That's a
doing this all for myself. I wasn't even going to start a YouTube channel. You know, my friend Biggie, he convinced me to start a YouTube channel because he seen the content that I was producing and throwing on, other Facebook sites and whatnot. And
the reason. I don't know if you understand what my question is, and not being disrespectful, but I know a lot of times for us, many of us, we start. We're like for me. I spent years in this area, designing nature trails, fishing, hunting. I was always a kid out in the woods, never saw anything until I started focusing or paying attention to the idea of Bigfoot and watching shows and all that. And a lot of times people have similar experience. So the reason I was asking to see how it started to happen for you to start having experiences. It's not about your motives. Don't worry about why you, not yet about why you started
oh, it's
traveling.
just walking when you're down there walking through the woods, you hear something pacing you. You stop, you hear a couple more footsteps, things of that nature. So about 5 years ago, I got a trail cam picture,
Was that
and
what year would that be?
that would have been 2020.
Well, that's
I
3 years.
think that trail cam picture was in 2020 or something like that.
That'd be 3 years ago. Okay.
Because
And I
I
thought,
kept trying to gift to see what it was down there because I knew something was down there. I didn't know what it was. So I would start leaving gifts, and then I'd pop a trail cam out there. You know what I mean?
I guess.
And like,
I have never gifted, so I don't understand why folks do that. Except, I mean, I do want to know why. It's because you want to have that interaction and encounter, but so
like,
it's kind of it's. I mean, what made you think about gifting something if you weren't quite sure what it was?
well, first initially it was I put trail cam up, trying to bait it in to see exactly what I'm dealing with. If I could get
Okay,
a photo of it, you know what I mean?
sure.
And then one day I did get a photo. I got 7 photos of it actually. And I was like, "Oh my god, there's an ape in the woods." So
Oh,
and I started watching
okay,
more and more. And
okay,
then you see them tree peeking at you, and you're like, "Oh, what the hell is that?" And you run up there, there's nothing there anymore. It's
right.
gone. Poof, like a fart in the wind. And then it just started getting weirder and weirder with things. And then I started focusing into it, and I became obsessed with the subject.
Yeah, it's easy. That's what happens to all of us, isn't
I got
it?
sucked down the rabbit hole, man.
I want to do something seriously spiritual about all this sometimes. Um, in fact, I'm pretty confident that there is, but uh, yeah. So you start having the experience, you start filming and all that. You catch something on camera. Imagine, and you start thinking about it. It changes your whole life. So, and by the way, thanks for sharing the images and with me, and hopefully we do share it with everyone else.
Yeah, no
Um,
problem.
I mean, I truly believe you're having encounters and experiences. I know because I have my own. So, and so do tens of thousands. I would have to say millions of people, but most of them don't know either what's going on or are too afraid to talk about it. Still, although we're starting to get to that point, I got to tell you,
Oh yeah,
five
because
years
my
ago, folks,
opinion on things have evolved over time.
sure. And I know for like just like 5 years ago, having this conversation, when I was involved with this heavily, the Bigfoot community was brutal to me. I never met a worse. The only group of people that are worse to me are probably fundamentalist Christians. Outside of that, Bigfoot, the community is really terrible. But then it was. Today, things are starting to change. And people are starting to accept that there's this multifaceted thing going on here. And these tree structures and you filming things and you know, there's something deeper going on than the way it was. You know what I mean? There's no, I don't think, I believe in another 5 years, there's going to be this whole BS about where the flesh and blood are woo. It will be dissolved and will be more intelligent about what's going on. So it's been a few years since you've had your experiences really and encounters, which, it's something to think about. So you've been tromping around this place and all that, and nothing. You didn't start noticing anything a few years ago. This is
well, I would notice trees would be moved.
Oh, well, when did you start noticing that?
When I started paying attention.
Well, no, but when, well, when would that be?
That I started noticing that about 4 years ago. I started noticing the trees were being moved. And then I started looking into the trees as far as, okay, well, this tree's over here. There's no root system on it. So there's no root system break over here. There's no hole over here. Where did this tree come from?
Sure. Okay.
Why is this tree intertwined with these ones like someone weaved it?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm speaking of structures.
Sure.
At the time, not understanding structures.
Right. Because, that's one of I mean, listen, 350 yards to my due east, there is a teepee structure. So I know what you're talking about. I've seen them in my middle of my town. So
where my camp is set up at, we have me and my partner Weasel were camping down there. We was recording It's Raining, It's Pouring episode, and we heard the trees get ripped down in the ravine. We heard them get dragged up the hill, and then the next day we go up there. There's a big 30-foot X up there weaved into the trees, probably about I'd say maybe 75 yards away from camp.
Sure.
So I put a trail cam on that bad boy. Surprised me.
So these images that you've been sharing with me is the same location we're talking about, or is it a different place? Same place.
It's the same place.
So yeah. So what was the experience or encounter that really shifted you from basically being interested to knowing?
Well, there was a couple times. The one was whenever I was walking. I was out there at night. I had my night vision stuff, and I heard something pacing me. I turned around, and I seen these eyes that had to be about a foot apart. And I looked up at them, and I was like, "I see you." And they dropped down to my height level, and I'm only 5'4".
Okay.
They didn't make a sound. If it was a bear, you would have heard thud thud from the front legs coming down. This thing went down silently to my level and just stared at me. And then I hit record on my night vision and I took a little video clip of it, but then I'm like this and I look like that. And then I noticed there's more of them. I saw more eyes. So I put the camera down and I turned and walked out.
Sure. I didn't
know nothing about them. I left that day.
Did you feel anything as far as a sense of, like, a lot of times when we have these kind of negative encounters, we'll feel dread. It's not the same thing as fear. It's not the same as being afraid. Dread.
I get that. I have that Albert Osmond fear. It's like, I can't explain the type of fear. It's like, I already know you're bigger than me. I know you could kill me if you just flick me. I already know that. If you wanted to do it, you'd already done it to me, though.
Yeah. So I don't think they're going to kill you.
I collaborate with other channels, and one of them being North Carolina Backwoods Bigfoot Research. He's a pastor, Bobby Cook.
Okay.
And him and I were communicating about the possibility of the Nephilim. And He says when it comes to the DNA, you know, you marked with missing 411 encounters, people come up missing. And where's to say that, you know, a lot of them are women and children.
Mm-hmm.
So he was saying that could be a possibility of how the human DNA genotype got brought into the gene pool for their DNA spectrum. But we don't know because there's no expert.
Well, I guess, yeah. I don't know about that phrase. I know that phrase, as time goes on, that's going to have to be changed. Because you are an expert, Josh, of your own experiences. And this is very important.
I'm just studying their behavior. That's my whole thing. I want to study behavior and I want to understand how they interact. Like deer act a certain way, wolves act a certain way. Everything has a different demeanor. And obviously, this is an apex predator. Obviously.
All right.
I want to know its demeanor. And then there's human characteristics behind it as well. So my end goal out of it might sound retarded, but I want to hand one a bag of apples and see if it shows me, you know, gratitude.
So you want interaction. You want to see have something deeper going on than just some signs and tells and
exactly.
Okay, it's reasonable. I think a lot of us would like to have that. I mean, I've had my encounters and my sightings, and if I never see one again, I'll be okay with that.
I'll tell you what, when you see them, it's belittling, man. It really is. It's humbling.
When you see one?
I came out of the ravine one day, and the one we call Chaka, I had my first interaction with Chaka, she was my height. That was 5 years ago. Okay. You know, and she was real playful all the time. She'd go through my bag, pee in my bag, put all these beetles in my my hammock, all kinds of stuff. She'd pick on me. And now she's like 7 foot tall with a 13-inch track. You know? Yeah, that's Chaka's print that I showed you. The 13-inch one.
The 13 one? Is that the one that was last night? The same thing?
No. If that is the same one from where I do my thing at, that would be Big Black.
Okay. Big Black.
I've only seen Big Black like a couple of times, but I always find his tracks.
Right.
Me and Mr. Weasel.
So where do we go with this? Where do you want to go with this? You want to show some of these images now, or
yeah, sure. I can. If you have questions on any image, I'll explain anything you want to know.
No, I don't know how I'm going to go about this. To be honest with you, and the reason is, you know, I am an experiencer, I'm an encounter. I'm seeing your stuff. I have my own stuff, so I know you're experiencing something. And I know that it's real. So I'm not questioning you one bit about your experiences. I'm just trying to understand your understanding of what those experiences are. So the accumulated data of information, right? They go to the next level instead of just, well, we had another sighting. You know what I mean? Somebody threw something at me. That kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
I've had that.
I got scared. You know what I mean? There's more to all this. So it's oh, I know what to do. I get right here. So let's see where we want to go with this. Let's make sure we're going in the right. I tried to make sure that, but the first few ones, not necessary order.
That's Cryptid Encounters there. That's when I was talking about Mr. Harold Millam's experience. Now I had a trail cam set up facing a direction. Okay. And if you lined them up with the timestamps, I didn't send you all 3 of them, but if you lined them up with the timestamps, the camera got moved. And this picture was taken while the camera was being moved up in the tree. I never noticed it. My boy Biggie found it. And he was like, dude, look in the tree. And I'm like, where? And he showed me that. And I was like, whoa. And then the next picture, there was 3 blurs up in the trees. So after what I've learned about everything, I'm assuming that they sleep up in the trees. And they have an ability that is unlike any other that I've ever seen.
Right.
Other than an aquatic life.
Now, my theory is that they live in the trees, but that's how, and this is what a lot of native indigenous populations believe as well, that they actually live in the trees. But what is this right here? What's this? What's all these
I don't know.
lines?
The camera was moved. That's the thing. Like Biggie pointed that out. That's up the tree, but you can see the head. You got the arm coming down. You can see where the elbow bends right there, and then the leg is right there where the butt. You can see the butt, and then it goes up where the leg is hooked up into the tree, and its feet are grasping the tree.
Right, I can see that holding onto the tree and clinging on it. I'm seeing also what I've seen this before. I'm not saying it's 100% sure, but I've seen this before. One other video from was it Northwest New York Bigfoot or Sasquatch research? I can't remember the guy's name. I've interviewed him a few times. Anyways, he had a picture where he caught trees flying in the air horizontally. Now I'm looking at this thing here.
Like a spear being thrown.
Right. It was this at night or during the day?
This is day shot.
Okay. This is very interesting if that's the case. The point is, none of us that I know of have actually seen these things build the tree structures. And I'm not saying they don't do it or not. I'm just saying I don't know anybody who's actually physically witnessed them build the tree structures. But what I have seen is one image where there were branches. There was like a larger branch that was all the smaller twigs and everything were stripped off, flying horizontally in the air, like it was being moved by something or carried by something. And I'm just bringing that up because when I'm looking at that, I'm trying to figure out, because it almost looks like there was more going on than meets the eye. Yes, you got the entity, you can see it clearly holding onto the tree, but what is in front of it? What are those lines, those things that are in front of it? Right?
I see what you're talking about. Yeah, where it looks like a sideways lightning bolt almost.
Well, just think of it like a pool stick or a long straight branch or a tree trunk. Right, that's, you know what I mean? And these are the same things that they end up using for teepee structures and that kind of thing. So that shape, a long trunk that all the branches are stripped off. So what I'm trying to say to you is there's something more to this picture than meets the eye.
Okay.
Now, am I 100%? Could I be wrong? There's always that chance. But there's some reason why that stuff is in front of the entity. And it also means that there might have been something also going on. If it's a daytime and we have such a blurry shot, and if it's not necessarily that it's being moved, but something else is going on around the camera, in the air, in the environment, in that surrounding. And many times when these things show up, some people describe it as almost like there's a wall or there's a portal or something like that. You know what I mean? You heard about the stuff where the air becomes thick and it's almost like you cut it with a knife. And I'm looking at this and I'm telling you that there's more to this picture than beats the eye.
Almost like what you're like how you could feel electrical charge in the air in a sense where you make your hair stand up.
Yeah. Well, there's always, and that's one thing I've noticed too with these things is that there will be that electrical charge. A feeling of it because, we're talking about a frequency, energy. And they emit a certain, how many times there are guys out there right now who have had enough sense. Are you doing that as well, by the way, where you're measuring how much radiation is being emitted in the spots?
I actually, in my eBay cart, do have a meter in there. I just started thinking about that because of a piece of trail cam footage that I've acquired.
Because that'd be probably a good idea to have for you guys who are out there in the field. At least one of you carrying that, so that you can detect how much EMF is being emitted and how much magnetic frequencies or radiation is being emitted. Because I think you'll be shocked to realize how much is being emitted, especially sites where there's a location or encounter or what is it, a sighting, or there's something going on. You know what I mean? That's a great idea, I think, to have that, because that will give you another. I think it will give us all another bit of data to understand what's going on. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. There's
But
something.
you know what? I never thought of even looking into those until I got that footage that when I left the camera on that X.
Okay.
That's what made me want to start looking into something of that nature.
It's actually, in my eyes, not the same, you know, just, yeah, there is experience. Experience does give you some knowledge and some ability to see things that you didn't when you first start out. And I'm telling you, I'll put my money on that there's something flying in front of it. And if I would put my money on it, it's branches. So I'm just saying.
Okay.
It wouldn't be the first time that, but very special picture. And I hope you don't get rid of this one. It might be, surprisingly, it might be one of the best things that you showed me so far. Not to say that there's nothing any good, but tell us about this. I know when you first had interaction, it was a couple weeks ago in one of my shows, and you shared an image with me and asked me to look and see what was in there, and if I could see.
Oh no, that wasn't a first interaction. I was just showing you. We went on. We were live on YouTube at the time this picture was taken. My partner took a picture of
first
me.
Interaction that you and I had.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
And I noticed when I was down there, I didn't see it. I was down there. I was captivated by the structure, and I went up to investigate it. And then I went back and looked at the picture, and then Biggie looked at the picture, and then we found that face in there. Blew it up, and it was like, oh crap! It was right there the whole time. Right, yep.
Now, what I see is what you're saying. What you're saying is there's a right. Is this the eye and that's the other eye?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell us more about it, please. Before you see.
Well, we was following the directions this 21-inch tracks were going. Mm-hmm. And we was trying to find something that would be really good for casting for our subscribers. And when we were coming down, I was setting a trail cam at this location, and I wanted to leave a bag of apples there.
Okay.
You see something there?
I see multiple. I see multiple things there, but it's not just pixelation. Yeah, there's something right here, and but you can kind of.
I see something in the center right there.
There's the branch. You know, if you look at branches and logs as you're running across, and then if you pay attention, unfortunately, because of the camera that you use, and I'm not knocking you got to use what you got. So
yeah,
and
fortunately,
but there is actually there's heads popping out or in front of the branch. This is what I'm saying. There's multiple things. If you had a higher resolution camera, you'd be probably shocked what you actually filmed. But anyways, that's what I'm saying.
I feel you.
So, but this is a very interesting structure. Something a cross between a TP and A, and just it's a very
all the branch you see, the ones going across on the ground, they all intersect and make a triangle.
Can you walk under it?
Yeah.
Okay. Or you have to lean under to walk under it. I'm just trying to get a perspective of how big it is.
I could put my hands up above the head and I'm not touching that bend.
Interesting. That's a very big.
And as you see how where the bottom where that's going across, that actually forms a triangle. No, right there. They intersect all them corners and they make a triangle around that.
Right.
That's why I made the comment on that video. I said I wish I had a aerial view of this.
Oh yeah, wouldn't that be nice? Or I was just wondering maybe how practical do you to get a small drone in that setting? I
I
don't.
have a
I
small
guess
drone, but last time I tried to learn how to use it, I got it stuck 20 foot up in a tree, and it took me all
that's
day to
what
get
I'm
it back.
thinking too. Right. It's like that's right. So
I can't work those things.
now how deep in the woods is this? Is this near homes? Is this real?
Oh, it's near homes. It's right behind the houses down in the wood. Well, the area cows outnumber people.
So the houses aren't right on.
The houses like right on, not on top of each other. I mean, it's spaced out. You know what I mean? It's mostly farmland, pastures for cows and whatnot, and woods.
Okay. So by the way, it's quite common, more common than people realize, but come to realize this myself, is that how often tree structures are actually within residential areas or areas where there is people living close to the backyards, close to like cemeteries, wooded lots, groves that would be inside, which you would never think, right? Because what we've been told from all the experts, right, is you have to go 10 feet or 10 miles in the woods to see something. And it turns out you don't have to go very far at all to see something. And
The
I've
thing
proved
is, they're right there, but you're not going to see them.
Oh, you're gonna see the evidence of them, and I have filmed them, and
Exactly.
I've seen the Bigfoot in my backyard, and I've seen Bigfoot in a cemetery.
Because they turn invisible.
Actually, I've had just in my area alone, within a square mile of where I'm sitting right now, I've had nearly 24 sightings and 2 very extreme encounters. So you can have encounters in where people live. This slowly coming out. A lot of people have that. You have to go. What I'm trying to tell people is that, you don't have to go be Mr. It's good to have guys like you and others who are dedicated to go out in the field and do this kind of stuff. But a lot of times people, once they are taught what to look for, they'll be shocked at how close they are to the side of a road. My very first time of finding a tree structure was literally, I always tell a story. That's me and my son, we walked in the woods. It was 30 feet from where we parked. There was, at the time, there was all the growth, the summer growth and the shrubs and all that, so you couldn't see it. But once we went past that and we actually stepped into the woods, there it was. And it was a big one like that. And me and my son were able to walk under and everything. So and people would be surprised how, I'm trying to say it's more common than people realize. This stuff is going on in everywhere. And I mean everywhere. I'm not just saying I'm talking about North America. I'm talking about everywhere. If once people realize what they're looking for, it's going to become self-evident within the next decade. I'll put my money on that one. So tell us more about how close was the neighborhood? How easy was it to get to? And I don't believe
I'm telling you walk from the road. That's maybe 2-3 minutes in.
Yeah, so not very far. So it's just basically, we say a quarter mile, maybe. Not even that. Nothing a mile.
No, literally just a couple of minutes in walking through Jaggers and all. Just a couple minutes in.
So maybe 100 yards or something like that. So okay.
Yep.
It's just see, you're proving my point. So fascinating. I find it's fascinating. A lot of people go, "What's the big deal? There's just a bunch of trees there." And I'm like, no, there's not just a bunch of trees there. And no human beings did this. Nobody that's a human being, even if you had a crew of guys, would waste their time. And no teenagers did this either. So I put my money on that one too. What we got going on here, bro? This happened in
this is taken from our base camp. No, this was just this past summer. The date's not programmed. I don't know how to program the date in that thing.
Okay. Well, hey, listen, I've done the same thing. I filmed stuff and I looked at it. What? It's not even the right
Yeah.
year or month or anything. And I just took
And
those
then you
pictures.
put it in your phone and it goes to the wrong place, and it's like, oh man.
Right.
But yeah, you hear things. That's right there. If you see it looking around the tree. Like this picture scared me. I'm not gonna lie. This picture scared me.
Is this where you're talking about, right in this area?
Nope.
Oh, okay. It's because I see
I
something
didn't
there.
see nothing over there.
No,
I seen go up.
They're usually never alone. Okay, we're right here.
Middle.
Right here.
Down.
Okay.
Nope. Down. Yep. Right there. Look at that peeking around that tree. Can you blow it up?
Yeah, I can blow it up more. I don't want to lose, get all pixelated.
Right. Right there, peeking around the tree.
Huh.
I sent you a close-up shot of it too.
Is this the grin right here?
The grim. I call that the
mouth. It's grin.
no, up higher. I see a dog head. Looking around a tree, and then there's a white squatch standing behind it, peeking right behind it.
It's interesting.
It's like right there, you can see him, and then you can make out his shoulder, and you can see the height coming down. Nope, down at an angle towards the tree, the middle tree. Yep, your mouse just touched. There he is.
What's there? Right here?
No, looking around the tree. Go up. Up's the daisy. Yeah, right there. You're on it.
And one thing I've also discovered that everybody perceives things differently. So don't take it personally if I don't see what you see, okay?
That's cool. That's why I sent you a different picture of the same picture.
Because geez, I mean, okay. Listen, look, I'm going to do something if it's okay with you. And I'm not going to alter your picture. I'm just going to.
No, you do what you got to do, man.
I see a face right there, a big face. I see an eye right here, an eye right here. I even see the eyebrows. I see the pushed in nose, and I see your shit eating grin. Can you see that?
No, I see it.
So no, there's an eye right here and an eye right here. There's the nose. And there's the mouth. Think of Shrek. He's a big fellow. And he's also got this. I see it also. There's teepeeing going on. Actually, I see a lot in this picture, but I'm not dissing your picture. I'm just saying I see a lot. So we'll get to that. So what's going on here, man?
That's right. Like literally on the other side of that is my father-in-law's shed next to his house. That's a big structure. But that you see how those are laid right there?
Oh, by the way, Gary, just to let you know, Gary says he saw what I saw. I pointed out. So there's two.
Oh, okay. Gary's Biggie. He's the one who goes over all my pictures with me.
Yeah, there's definitely something. There's more than one entity in that picture, and I would say they're teepeeing, or no, they're creating a totem pole in between that tree, and there's
that symbol that's on the front, the way they have that X right there with the one going across on the ground. That same exact glyph was on the ground, about 20 feet away from it.
Say that again. So this was on the ground?
Yes, the same exact. Because I added
we would call
that cross stick was not there originally, and Biggie Gary, he told me, because I was on the phone with him, he said, "Hey, lay a stick across that and see what happens." When I came back, it was still across it on the ground, but that was added to it.
So it's got like a 6-pointed star. That's what they would call that. They would call that what else? They call that something else, a 6-pointed star. But it's quite so what you're saying is 1, 2, 3. Is that what is going on? Am I seeing the same thing you're seeing? So
Yeah, but I'm saying that that one going sideways was not there originally until I put the one on the ground. I laid a stick across it, and then I came back 2 weeks later, and that was added to it to match the one on the ground, which I thought was a little irregular.
Oh yeah, well, they're always going to be adding to the structure, right? I mean, that's what's yeah, it shows activity, right? Now, is that the same? Is that the same location as? Just I'm going to go back one.
This is all the same yard, man. This is the same property. This is across the road from where I camp. This is just right across the road.
Okay, so is this the same structure as this one, but a different angle? Okay, all right.
Nope.
Thank you. What got you going on here, man?
This is what I was telling you in that other picture when I said I sent you another picture of the same. This is the same picture.
So you see one there.
That's what I was telling you. You were trying to look for with the mouse. Yeah, that's that picture.
And it's supposed to be right here?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I could see that, and I see a totem of spirits. I see a big son of a gun right there. I see that little guy you're talking about. I see another one right there. Another. So that's what I see. So for whatever it's worth, that's what I'm saying. There's more. That picture that you shared me has more details, more interesting than you might realize. I don't know. Not dissonant, man. I'm being positive.
I'm not really a guy. Photography stuff is all new to me, man.
Right.
I'm a fishing pole kind of guy.
Sure, you know what I mean. Everyone has their strengths and their weaknesses, and it's good that you have a group of you guys working together on it too. So that's fortunate. And I hope you guys stick it out. Stick with each other for a while, because the information that you'll gain from each other will be invaluable in the future for a lot of reasons. What's going on here, man?
This is what I was talking about when I said that I wanted to get one of those radiation meters because of what happened at the X. There was a phenomenon going on that lasted for an hour and 5 minutes, and there were still shots taken, and there's faces in it.
Well, there's a dude right here. No, you see right there. There's nose, mouth, there's eyes. You see his head. He's a tree peeper.
I didn't notice that.
There's no one right there. Yeah. I don't know. I guess my eyes. I've been training my eyes for a long time, so I can see the anomalies, the things that. What's this right here?
That's the face I'm talking about.
All right. So what do you think it is?
I honestly cannot say what it is, because I watched the video that the still shot was taken from, and I've reviewed it over and over and over, and I cannot figure out what that is. It is something supernatural.
Right. Well, one of the things that people, a lot of people, I'm not saying you're one of them, but a lot of people, we hear about poltergeists, right? They're in their houses, and people say there's haunted houses and all that, or there's spirits, right? Activity in houses. And then we kind of forget that they're all over the woods too. You know what I mean? Spirits, interdimensional beings, energetic beings.
Oh yeah, people always forget about what was there before your town.
Right, and here's the thing: they're still there. They could wipe out 90% of the woods. And these things are still going to be around, because if, like many have said for generations, that we're dealing with quote unquote spirits, some kind of ghosts, some call them poltergeists, blah blah blah. You can name on different things. Many of the indigenous populations always named them as spirits. They recognized that there was many spirits associated in the woods, and to each tree. Some trees were so sacred and were so active with the number of trees involved in it that they were especially marked because of that, right? So that's something to think about. I don't think that they didn't spend thousands and thousands and thousands of years talking about it because they're a bunch of dummies. I think we become dummies with our Western public school systems education. I think we have lost a lot of what our ancestors knew. But what is going? Okay, I got to ask this. What is this right here?
That black mass.
Yeah, it goes like this and goes like that. Are those just branches that leaves? What is that?
No, the best thing I could say, to my knowledge, is that it's some type of portal of some sort. What happened was it was a black void of darkness fluttering around, and it was doing that for an hour and 5 minutes, and then it turned into a yellow ball of light, and then it disappeared.
A yellow ball of light and disappeared. And this is the middle of the day or night?
This is daytime.
Cool. All right. Sorry if I'm grilling you, bro. That's my job.
No, you're good.
You know,
you're good.
Because there's by asking the questions, we could find more detail. I got something.
Exactly.
What? Let's see. I wonder, because I see something. There's okay. There's a face right here, but then there's something going right through here.
Mm-hmm.
Has anybody else said anything about that? In other words, there's like a grinning face, his nose and his two eyes. He's a big fellow. And you can see that it's somebody might want to say cloaking or whatever you want to call it. But one thing is it's like translucent.
Right.
In general, when you have what I've seen with these balls of light, these orbs, is that they have multiple entities in them. They're not just one entity. And I got a very interesting theory I'm working on but anyways, but one thing is I've noticed that there are always these things we call orbs. It's almost like, let's think it chariots of the gods, but bring it down to size to chariots of the spirits. It's like a ball of energy that transports not just it could be just one spirit, or it could be multiple spirits. That's something. But I got up. You mind if I mess with this one?
Play with it all you want.
All right. Tell us more about it while we're doing this. Tell us more about that location. What happened, please?
Well, that's like I said. Weasel and I were camping down there, and then that X got built. Then we went up by the X one day. They started throwing stuff at us. It didn't hit us, but landed in front of us. But then I left the trail cam up there to see if there's any significance to the structure built, if there is a purpose for it, because you're not going to do nothing for no reason. And then when I was reviewing the trail cam footage, my jaw belt dropped. I'm like, what is this? And I was looking at it and I thought the camera was messed up. But then when I reviewed trail cam 2 from a different angle, it got the same thing, just a different angle, and it looked more pixelated though.
Pixelated, okay.
Yeah.
You got a lot of activity in where you're at, don't you?
Yeah, we go down there. We stay in the woods. Well, not lately because my partner doesn't have the appropriate cold gear to sleep down there in the elements.
Yeah, I haven't done anything this past 2 months. I haven't done anything since the beginning of this. Well, December I did. Mid-December. It was pretty lukewarm, but I don't like the cold. I'm getting too old. I'm 55. I don't want to do it anymore. I already know they're there. Now, this is one of the things. Is a lot of times because of the body and the spiritual nature of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
you get these blurs. So, but the point I'm trying to get at is most important thing is if you can see that there's two eyes right here, dark dots, and there's a mouth, and there's something going on here, right? There's more than just one thing here, but that's the big guy that I see. And then on top of that, you got there's one right here for sure. For sure. You say, how do you know that? I spend a lot of time looking at pictures. Way too much time looking at pictures. Learning how to distinguish between pareidolia and entities.
You'd be surprised how many trail cam pictures and videos I have deleted over the years because I didn't know what I was looking for.
So, anyways, there's interdimensional spirit, and I would say that it is wrapping itself. It's absorbing. How do we say this? It's
coming out of the tree.
Well, it could be coming out of the tree, or okay, these things can go through you. Okay, you're walking down a path, and okay, to just talk to someone about this as well. Who had his own? He's talking about someone else. Who they said that they saw it at a Sasquatch inside of the path in the edge of the woods, and then it got and it was behind him, right? And it was a very narrow path. There was no way that the Sasquatch could have just walked by him without pushing him out of the way, right? And he was behind him, and it went through him. And next thing you know, this big sucker that it went through the observer, the witness, the one who had the encounter, right?
Mm-hmm.
And went through him, and then went several yards ahead of him, and then acted all crazy, and then ran off right down the path. So
did he feel anything?
No, he didn't feel a thing.
Huh.
So
that's fascinating.
Yeah, well, I'm just starting to realize that what we're dealing with is much more than the Hegelian dialectic that they offered up to us of flesh and blood or woo. When we're doing a multifaceted, multidimensional thing. So my point is, if you look at this a little closer, you'll see, the two dots of its eyes, and then it's the iris, right? And then anyways, that's what I see. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think so, though. But tell us about this picture, man.
All right. This is where, like, the videos leading up to this, I think that's an orb. Because
right here,
I was going through pictures the same times of days and whatnot, because his cameras are left out there for long periods. And if this was the sun, every day when the sun is in that position, it would have that type of effect eventually on the lens. It wasn't like that. Now this was fluttering, the blue. And then you had this yellow, like, light just like swirling almost, in a sense, like it was materializing. And then it turned into this, and it was going up the hill. So pretty much that came out of that orb.
Orb?
Yeah, they came out of that blue light.
Right.
And if you look, you can see the structure of the head.
How many times has somebody said this, Josh? How many hundreds of times have people said this and been dismissed? That they saw an orb, and the next thing they saw a Bigfoot. You understand? Or they saw something that looked like a portal, and the next thing they saw a Bigfoot. Right? We call Bigfoot Sasquatch, Kitchesave, right? It's something that's So this is a very interesting photo, and it truly is to me.
That's just recent.
Look at the movement of it.
Yeah, that's only about
by the way,
a month old.
You can't blame the camera. You can't blame you moving the camera. We can't use that because there would be distortion or blurriness, or you would recognize it in the trees. So whatever's going on there, it's going like this, which is, see that?
There's the head, the shoulder, the butt. You can see the arm. You can even see the thumb on the hand when you blow it up. You could even see the thumb. I'm sitting there pointing at my phone.
I think this is very important to discuss this stuff for multiple reasons. I mean, also for those who are, I mean, because we're seeing this stuff over and over again, right? And guys are filming stuff at night, and they'll be tromping around in the woods and making noises and taking, flashing their flashlight, and someone will catch it on their video, and or someone else, and there'll be this. It looks like a Bigfoot, but it's all like misty. It's all spiritual looking. It's all, or they say it's translucent, or that it's what's the other?
Cloaking.
Yeah, cloaking, right?
Light refraction.
But no, you see, the camera can see things that our eyes will never be able to see, right? So, and when I ask people to describe definitively what they mean by cloaking and how Bigfoot cloaks, they can't. We're using a word.
Exactly.
They're using a word that somebody else imposed upon us. And what I'm trying to say is that because these are multidimensional beings, they can come in and out of our dimension. And when we capture it on camera, it's like, okay, there's a well-established evidence that the reason why even a camera was developed was not so you and I could take a family portrait. It's because for thousands of years, people have been dying to be able to figure out a way to film the spirits that they were interacting with, right? And seances and all that other kind of stuff. That's the real reason why cameras were designed in the first place. That's the reason why our camera can capture the stuff that we cannot see with our naked eye. We might be able to feel their presence if they come in into our dimension. You can become more fuller. You can see it. There's times you can look at one of these things and it looks absolutely flesh and blood. And that same thing that looks flesh and blood, all of a sudden, I mean, how many times have somebody said, yeah, and it went into the tree and disappeared. It was flesh and blood and it went into the tree. Because these things are not us. They are humans or people in the sense that they're their own people. I wouldn't call them humans. They're their own people and their own entity, but these things are multidimensional. And then it's just, the evidence is just becoming overwhelming. And I think as a community, once we can accept that, we're going to go much further in this. You know what I mean? Because let's think about it. The size of this thing, the size of these entities, with the calorie intake that's necessary for them to even survive. You know what I'm saying? You get, say, a tribe of these things or a pod of these things, and there wouldn't be any deer in your freaking neighborhood. There wouldn't be any deer in your woods. You know what I'm saying? I'm not being unreasonable about what I'm saying. I'm being very rational about what I'm saying, right? These things are massive. So the calorie intake they would need it's far more than you're talking about an 800-pound being that is exerting an immense amount of energy and calories in order for it to sustain itself. There should be evidence of it eating everywhere.
I know they eat for a fact.
Oh yeah, they do. But the thing is, it should be.
They don't like tasty cakes.
They don't like tasty cakes.
No, they don't. You know those cupcakes with the white swirl on them?
Yeah, I don't blame them. At least they got some taste. I don't like them either.
Yeah, because whenever I left one up there, it was open properly because it was live when it happened, and the package was open, and you could see that it was pinched by a forefinger and a thumb. There was one bite taken out of it, and it was put back in the wrapper and thrown on the ground.
Right.
I should have saved it to try to get saliva. Didn't think of that.
Do you see the eyes as well? Do you see the
What
mouth?
in this? Yes.
Can
yes,
you see
looking right at the camera.
All right. Can you see the mouth and the teeth? Can you see the nose? Can you guys see it? I don't know if I'm gonna. I don't want to tweak your images. I'm not going to do that. I don't even tweak mine anymore. I don't even. You can't see. You can't see this my at this point.
Oh, I know Biggie sees it. He has the eyes, man. Great Outdoors Biggie. That's my boy. Me and him associate a lot. Like literally, we sit there on the phone for 5.5 hours at a time, reviewing each other's footage and just communicating about the subjects.
Here, let me. Any of you guys want to come join us or involved with this? Is it all right with you, Josh?
I don't care.
I mean, you're all the crew here, right? I mean, you got a comment, you got something to point out, don't just sit back and go, come join us. I see teeth. I can see teeth too. I can see some going right here. I also can see like this. It's a very interesting photo. It's a very interesting photo, and a very interesting photo that, as usual, has more than one entity involved in it. So cool stuff, man. Cool.
See, that's the thing. My eye still is not trained like that to pick out things. Like I said, like the Great Outdoors Biggie, he works alongside with my channel. He's one of my partners and everything with research and collaboration. And him and I go over everything, and he picks out so many details that my eyes just overpass. And I'm like, wow, you're the Where's Waldo champion of the world.
So you have the big guy here, right? But the big guy also has a guy right here. There's like a group of them right here, smaller entities. Right here,
I didn't notice that.
You can see right here. Always look. There's always more than one entity. You're never alone. This is crazy right here. I don't know what the hell that thing is, but you can see the eye there and there. They're never alone. Never alone. It's not just a book.
Literally rammed it. Sorry.
Are you getting in trouble, Josh?
No. When my dog wants to come in, they knock on the door.
Instead of just walking in?
Yeah, my wife's letting the dogs in.
Gary says he doesn't know how to join. Well, here you go. Here's the link. I forgot to share it. There it is. Just click on that link and follow the directions. Whether you're on a phone or a computer, you should be able to join. So,
the link to get in is on.
My wife Jessica just told me the link to get on is in Squatch Topic PA's Facebook, Biggie. Now, Weasel took that picture.
Right there's a link. I just put it up. So,
okay.
Hey, Mike. Hey, what's it going on? How's it going?
We heard 3 knocks. We were down there. We were hearing stuff going on. Then we heard 3 solid knocks on a tree.
Shell.
And then
Shell, do you want to join?
He got that picture from a still shot.
Let's get involved with this. Let's get Shell's pretty good. Shell's good at finding things. What's up? Dynamic Duel, do you want to join us? Is it okay Shell joins us?
Hey, man, I'm down with collaborating with anybody. I love sharing and comparing data. Because if you're not going to share and compare data, how do you learn anything?
Yeah, it's pretty pointless to hold on to this stuff from keep it.
Exactly, because then you technically only know your own experiences. Then you really know nothing.
Maybe she's not ready for it. Shell?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Shell's got an eye too. She can see.
There we go.
So, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay, let's go back to the image. How you doing, Shell?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm happy now that I'm here. Now that I'm hearing from you. Do you guys know each other?
Oh, shit. I sent you a couple of Zooms, just some, just a window shot. I'm a little bit behind you guys because, once I start looking,
kind of zoned in.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Should we look at some of what you got to share? It's turning out that this show is going to be free flowing anyways, and Justice seems to be very tolerant about it. Thank goodness. He's not a bookseller, and he's not trying to sell a book now, and he's only got a scheduled amount of time, and that's it.
Yeah,
So
you know what it is, man. I just want to share my data and talk to other people and learn and help others learn, so we all learn something together. You know what I mean?
Works for me.
That's the whole point for me.
Look what Shell found. Right up top, and I know exactly where she's looking at.
It's probably not the best one. You're already looking at the one in the middle, so I was looking around the edges.
So you're talking about right in here. I think
Actually,
you're.
if you go back to that one that you were just looking at a second ago, I'll screenshot it and I'll mess with that while you're looking at these.
I'm about to put you on my big T. Are you on YouTube at the same time?
On the left there, like
She's joining me by messenger on Facebook.
Oh, okay. I was about to say I could put it on the big TV if you were on YouTube now.
This one's very. Look at this one. Look at this one, Shell. What do you think this is right here?
We kept seeing something in the shadows, and I don't know what that is. I have not a clue.
Which one are we talking about?
The pink thing.
Brush looking stuff that you were at.
Dave Polides.
Back, but I just didn't get a chance to screenshot it. But I'm watching whatever you're showing right now. I screenshotted what's on there now.
Look. He's got a bunch of tree peepers going along it, and he's got something that looks like freaking one of the seven dwarfs or an elf or something. Then he's got something here that he sees as a you see it as a dog man, right, bro?
I'm not claiming that as a dog man.
Who else is here? Great Outdoors is here. Okay,
that's
cool.
Biggie. Yeah, I'm not going to say my thought of what that is because I do not know. What's up, Biggie?
Faces. And then in the woods pick, I believe I see something peeking from behind the tree. It's a black, either canine or something.
Oh, he's
we do have.
What's up, Biggie?
We do have Adlet. That's Dogman.
Hi, Mike.
We do have those there.
So
and there is two Adlets in that picture.
So this is what we're talking about right here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for me, it's just the squares or it's hard for me to see what's up. I don't know. I have it.
Well, I can say for certain there's an eye right here.
I'm
not saying there's not. I'm just telling you that.
To me, what I'm looking at is a face with a hand, fingers. There's actually a finger right here. There's a finger right here. The hand is kind of distorting the face, and then they just got like the troll. I would. It's not going to be the first time that you film something in the woods that looked just like a gnome. What do you think it is, Big? What do you think it is?
I think it's a picture of the dog man.
Right here, this one.
Michigan dog man. Yeah, that right there to me looks like a baby juvenile Sasquatch face. They've been known to hang out with. We've been catching them at our spot and his spot. We've been catching the dog man and the Bigfoot together.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. They do roll together.
Yeah, I've seen many a picture that are the same thing. Yeah, filmed the same thing myself.
Very interesting.
Let's see what else is going on here.
We have multi pictures of them too together.
Now, is this the same image that we very started out with, but a bigger one of it?
Yes, sir. That's the full picture.
Okay, this is something that's very fascinating to me because they don't add up.
That's when the camera was being moved on the tree. Something moved that camera.
Yeah,
like literally turned it to a 180 on the tree.
Yeah, because you can see the one in the tree to the right, and then there's one in the tree to the left, and if the other picture he has, there's one right by the camera.
But here's the thing about nature is if the camera was simply itself just moving.
Trail cam too, strapped to a tree.
Right, but you wouldn't have all these branches going in the same direction like this.
Correct.
You would have you wouldn't have a branch that's like in the midair. You wouldn't have a branch that's just in the midair. You wouldn't have this go. No, there's something else going on here, guys.
Yeah, to me it looks like they're hunting for food. I think they do like the Native American ways. You know, they throw spears to hunt. They throw rocks at them to get their food. They built teepee structures. They use X's. They use tree breaks. You know, they do little stick breaks on trails to mark like little hideouts. Same way the Native Americans been doing it from day one.
Oh yeah. So many feel that they are the ancestors.
I do feel that way. I do feel that way.
If you watch Native American movies or whatever, you'll see one pop out in front of people, and then multi of them will pop out. Like there'll be more. So they do the same thing as natives. They use the same ways.
I gotta hide these comments. I hide that shit.
We gotta just let's look at some of Shelly's images now, because she's pretty good at finding things that no one ever sees before.
It's a room full of Where's Waldo champs.
That's nice right there beside the tree. I see it, the eyes, the head, the face, and all that right there. That's lovely.
Good job, Shell. That's a Shell. That's a find from Shell.
What picture did that come from?
Probably that big one.
That's lovely.
Which one? I'm trying to freaking. Every time
I would put my money on just that big, the one. All right, let's go.
That big structure.
This one right here.
Okay.
Right in the middle.
You know what? When I watched the live stream from where we did that video,
tree to the left.
There was a lot of movement in the background in the pixelization.
It's the first tree to the left. I just seen it.
You know, it's not easy, gentlemen. To be
see that big white tree right there in the middle, right there above this head? It's right there to the left of that tree. Right there. Yep.
It's right there.
Awesome find. And look at it. It looks like the dog head right below it. See the body, and then right below it, the bigger picture looked like the dog head. So that's the Sasquatch behind it and the dog in front of it.
All right. Let's see. What are either one of you guys? Biggie, are you on a computer or on a phone?
I'm on a computer, but I have a phone.
Well, if you computer, then you can share screen and you can show what you find. Do you have the image in your computer?
I do, yeah.
I was about to say, I know you got my pictures. I send you all of them.
Sally, she got the eye, brothers. You want to have someone break down an image?
Yeah, she does. She does definitely have some eyes.
That's all Biggie. He should work for the FBI with the way he picks things out. I'm not acquainted with your friend, but hey.
Shelly,
like to
Shelly, what
clap,
do you see?
The picture that she just showed was a pretty good picture.
Yeah.
Pretty good work.
Yeah.
I thought I saw a lot more in that picture, I think.
There's a ton of entities in there. What do you see here?
Mm-hmm.
You can see it right there. Yeah, that's the head. You can see it.
Whether I'm even at the right time.
Exactly what you're looking at.
I hope I'm looking at the right thing.
Then if you look down below it too, whatever, I see something else. It kind of looks to me like the dog. You see the ears and all that.
I was wondering.
You see the Sasquatch head where you just pointed out, and down below it in the middle, I see a dog face.
What's that, Shell? Hold on a second. Let's try. Let's go, Shell. Then I'll go back to you, Biggie. What's going on? What are you saying?
I was saying, how close or how far is what he's seeing in that image, that window? You know, looking through the window image. Was it back further, like peeking behind a tree, or something up closer?
How close was it?
Oh, we're talking within 30 feet.
Within 30 feet? That'd be 10
30,
yards.
40 feet.
Okay, so what I'm looking at is probably whoever's taking the picture, the reflection, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, this is all done outside. It's not done inside.
So
yeah, this is all night vision. We sleep in the woods. When we do our thing, we go out there with night vision and devices and whatnot, and we collect our evidence on it on our cards and whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah, no pictures are taken inside.
Do you see faces in that? And is it the face of who's taking the picture? Or, because I mean, I see some funky looking stuff in that.
Well, I see an entity that's right here. You can see teeth. Biggie,
And right below it, go down a little bit to the left. Right there, you see a dog face.
The one that
Go
looks
down,
particularly
down,
damaged
right to the
lower,
right,
you
to
know,
the right,
like a dog nose.
right to the right,
like looking out, looking around the tree.
right there. You're right on top of the nose.
I can
Yeah,
see
you see
that.
the ears, the head, and all
I
that. The
see
eyeballs,
that.
the nose, the snout.
There's a few different, like, I'm not using my computer. I'm just using a tablet, so it's not my best. All I do is just like some regular filters. I didn't do anything.
If this ain't your best work, this is awesome for not being your best work.
No. She's got a good eye. So Biggie, tell us more. What are you saying, man?
What I see,
What are you seeing?
What I see at the bottom, whatever, I see a dog, and then above it, like where you showed the head or whatever, I see the head. But I mean, you can get into more detail because if right above the head you see a smaller head, which means the baby's on the back of that one. Because right where you showed the head, if you look right above the head it'd be to the right side, you'll see a lump, and you can see the face and all that of another one, piggybacking on the back of the other one. That's the dog, but go up, keep going up.
One with like a downward turn.
Keep going up.
One that looks kind of like a Viking-ish.
Keep going up. Then I'll go. Yeah, that's the head now, right above the head, right there. Yep, right there. That's the back side of the head. Right there. Yep. See it?
Well, there's
the baby on the back of the head, holding on.
Yeah, there's a lot. There is a lot. Someone's got an echo. That is you, Shelly.
It's not me. I only have one sound, and that's this phone call. My stuff's turned all the way down.
Okay, well, we're going to find out who it is. Is any echo going on?
No. Echo.
I hear an echo. Like somebody's watching it through the TV. And
is there any echo going on here? Nope.
Oh,
I know. It's
you.
No. Let's see what happens.
Hello?
I'm not even hearing the show.
Yeah, the echo's going on from you. It's from your end.
Who?
You got. What are you using to talk to me with?
Who are you talking to?
You, Shell. The echo's coming from you. All of a sudden, we started getting an echo. So you did something different in the past minute or two. Meanwhile,
when I joined, I had 2 pages open. I had to close the other page
now,
to stay in this
I
one.
mean, the only sound, I don't have any show sound on at all. The only thing I have on is this phone call. Like my show, I'm looking at it, but it's turned all the way down on a different device. And then I have the phone call on my phone.
Let's see if that happens now. Can you hear me? Shell, can you hear me? No. It's coming on your end, Shell. It's coming on your end. So, okay. So, anyways, I'm going to have to mute you. I don't want to, Shell. I don't mean to be rude. I just, but you're going to.
I mean, mute me and see what. I mean, how does it? I don't even see how.
It's Shell, ladies and gentlemen. I just muted her. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Right. There's no echo anymore, right? Okay, let's get back into the business here. So, let's get back into some of these images. Thank you, Shell.
She does got a good eye.
Sure. Yeah, she does.
For sure.
Heck,
I wouldn't mind. You know what I mean? Yeah, Weasel took that picture because we heard 3 tree knocks, and he was recording, and I was clicking through my light. We were trying to figure out what it was because it was real close. And then he got that still shot on his phone because he seen a small thing there, and it was that white headlet or dog man right there. And then we had the picture for like 2 years, and then leave it to Biggie to notice that there was a big black dog man right next to the tree, next to the white dog man. And it was like twice his size.
Cool. What's going on here, John?
That's from where that tree arch is, that with
That's
that big structure.
That one you pointed out already?
Yeah.
That's just
a close up of its face.
Back to him.
Okay. what we got here, man?
That's a 21-inch footprint. But if you look, there's a smaller one right next to it.
This looks like, was this in the summertime when this happened? When was this filmed?
Yes. Weasel and I were camping down there doing our thing, and then
I still got
we were going over by where their positions were around our camp the night before, and you figure maybe 23 feet away from where the hammocks are is where they were at, and then that's where I got that hand cast that I showed you, because we were in a hurry because we had to leave soon, and I wanted to cast something.
Right where you were.
I casted that hand, and then we went around the tree and found that print, and I was so mad at myself because we could have had that print instead of that crappy hand cast.
Right there's the other print to the right where you're at, to the right of you, right where you're at. There's another print there, and then that's the big print. So there's a big print, a little print, a medium print, then a little print, and then there's a deer print too in there to the left, up above. But
okay,
there's 4 prints technically in that one print, but 3 Sasquatch prints in one.
Huh.
So you got like mom, and then brother or something, or sister or something. You got a bigger one.
Shell, if you're still listening, I'm so sorry. Please stick with us, Shell. But you have to mute yourself. So the echo was terrible.
But if you want, this is what I use for my work. This is my setup I go out there with.
Oh, let's see. Let's look at it.
Well, I just added that full spectrum camera today. I just added that. This is an IR illuminator.
Which one's the IR? Which one's the IR?
Here, let me set this.
You're moving around, so I can't really.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Just point to each thing so we know what we're doing.
IR illuminator.
Okay.
Full spectrum camera.
Okay.
Which I didn't get to use this yet. I got this for a reason. This is a standard flashlight. Then if I need extra light, I got that. Now I have tomorrow. It'll be in the mail. I got a riser platform to lift this up. This is night vision. This is what that picture that we were just reviewing, that night one, where they were looking around the trees. This is what that was captured on.
Nice.
So yeah, I take a radio out there with me in case something happens. I'm in a communication link with my wife or any partners who are out there with me. But this one, and I mount my phone right here. So what I'm going to do I'm going out there tomorrow. I'm going to be out there all weekend. So the concept is going to be is I'll put my phone in this bracket, and then the camera portion will be over this hole. And I want to let my viewers go out there with me with night vision instead of flashlight.
It's a nice setup, man. It looks like a lot of fun, man.
Thank you.
It's ready for.
It's got a little bit of weight to it.
Let's see. What did he say? The equipment master is on it.
I'm always getting new gear. Always.
Yeah.
I got solar power generators. I've got little GoPro cams. I mean, I just try anything I can to try to get different spectrums of footage to show for.
Yeah.
What's out there.
You didn't send him a picture
P900,
of
brother.
gear?
Get the P900, man. It'll make a big difference.
I wish I could afford that.
You guys can work together to get that, man. It might take 6 months, but $300 now they're running.
Oh really?
Refurbished one, $300.
Now you're speaking more of my price line.
And what was it called?
P900.
P900.
All right. I might have to check into that.
Yeah, me too.
This refurbished one, so it's not brand new. A refurbished one is $300. It's just as good.
How are they at night? Because I normally do my thing at night.
I mean, just go look at my YouTube channel and look at the images I film. You'll
yeah, definitely, I will.
So what we got going here, John? Looks like another footprint.
All I see is me.
Is that you? Oh, that's right. That's right. We got you. We left your ugly mug on, man. Geez, sorry, everybody.
Oh yeah,
on?
that's Chaka's foot.
Chaka's foot.
Yeah, I wanted to cast that one, but that's doo-doo water, so I wasn't casting in there. That's nasty.
Well, you see some toe prints. I mean, it's not that bad. Oh yeah, you can't make a
Yeah,
cast.
that's a leach bed right there. But that's the same. That's the same one that I got that 13-inch cast from over there. It's the same one.
Right. Very interesting. How big is that footprint, you think?
Like 13.
Is it?
Yeah, that's the one he showed you already. The one he has at the house already.
From the
Smaller
same
print.
squatch. Yeah.
It came from
Same
the same
squatch,
Bigfoot.
but it can't be. It's not the same footprint.
No, not the same exact footprint, but it's the same squatch. Yes.
6 toes.
All of the prints I find down there that are good prints that you can see have 6 toes. That's the X. I'm scared of that thing.
Why is that?
Well, they built that when Weasel and I were camping down there. But that's where I got that footage of that what we would call a portal or whatever. That's where that happened at.
It happens right there.
Yeah.
Let's look at this a little more closely. Interesting.
Yeah, I sent you every angle of that X. That's a big boy.
And that's the one you can walk under.
Yeah. Right? That's the one that I had my trail cam. That's same X.
There's part of the portal right there. You see it? Opening black part.
The black spot right here.
This is the original picture to where that face came from because the lighting was played with to find the face. This is the same picture.
All right. Let's look at some video with this now. Let's see.
Oh, this is the video clip. Okay, that's a short clip.
Here we go, folks. So what's going on here? What was that?
You got me, man. Like I looked at that and I didn't know what I was looking at. And all I was amazed because it started off just moving like that, but then it really started flapping. The X of it doing that.
No, explaining it.
Hey, listen. Sorry about that. When I played the video, it muted you. So what were you saying?
I said that. Go ahead, Biggie.
I said that. I said I thought there was something hanging in front of the trail cam in front of the lens, but 2 trail cams caught the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I was saying too.
No explanation for it.
Shelly, we need you. Take a still of that one. I bet you'll find something there like I found, or something different. Right?
Well, I played with the lighting on this picture, and that's where that one where you had that face in the middle of that tree right there came out.
Yeah, I've seen that one, and then the one right there you were just on, it's got the eyeballs and all right there.
I just seen something right above. It's at the very top of your screen right there. Yeah, right there. I see a face right there. It resembles a dog.
Yeah. There's a lot going on in
here. And
this.
it's yellow too, like it's cloaked.
You see that one?
I didn't notice that.
Yeah. Small one.
And that's just a few of them, gentlemen. Like I say,
I noticed
I'm
too,
totally
though,
convinced that all these orbs that people see are like this.
Yeah, there's that face.
There's this massing of this stuff. Okay. When you see something like that, it's not a entity; it's multiple entities. And one of the things that I just think of a swarm of ants, not ants, of flies, gnats, or even a better example would be, have you ever seen a giant flock of let's say like starlings or something like that, or blackbirds, you know what I mean? And how they move in unison and they move around each other and all that kind of stuff. Totally convinced that's what's going on here, that these are multiple spirits interacting. They do have this ability where they hook up to each other and they can even present themselves to be something that they actually are not. In other words, they can
That's interesting you say that, because when Weasel was down there with me, he was losing his IR binoculars and he was watching up the hill by this X, watching that direction. And the way he describes it is almost like it was a bunch of eye shines dancing for him, is the way he described it. But I was watching it too, like you can see all their eye shines and everything, but it was like they all came together as one, and then they all separated and went different directions.
Right.
And I know that this to be true too, because here at the Great Outdoors, I sent you pictures already too of it. We have multiple ones in one like bush in the daytime.
Oh yeah. Some of the most fascinating images I've ever seen were ones actually coming out of the sand on a beach.
Oh wow!
In the East Coast.
That would be nice.
That's fascinating.
They weren't like, they didn't look like white pieces of sand. It was actually multiple entities elemental spirits coming out of the sand, forming a huge. Well, it was huge and relatively speaking. It was like maybe 10, 12 feet tall entity. It looked like a Bigfoot. So.
Wow.
Cool.
So there's more going on than what meets the eye. Hey, okay, I'm gonna play a couple more videos. You will not be able to speak over it, but let's play it for everyone else, and then we'll talk about. So I got 2 more of these short videos. Each one is altogether is about a minute. Let's watch this, folks.
At the axe. Swear. At the axe. Swear. That's that portal light. Check this out, bro. It's fluttering. That's that portal light. Check this out, bro. It's fluttering. That's that portal light.
All right. This is pretty cool, man. Pretty cool capture, man. Let's go back to so it's a portal light.
The videos didn't play. The still shot stayed there.
You didn't see the videos? I saw the videos.
I've seen the videos.
Oh, on my screen, it's just still a still shot.
Yeah, I've seen both videos.
Yeah,
First one was the black image, and the second one was the yellow image.
Josh, it's you again. Gosh darn it.
That's all right. I've seen them hundreds of times. I've looked at it over and over again, trying to distinguish what I'm looking at.
So basically, the stills are both the same thing. So here we have this light again, this orb-like thing, right? And yet there's also.
And do you notice the yellow is the same color as that one that was close?
The high energy output going on around it, right? You can see the black. I mean, shall ya? Right there. What am I looking at? I'm not saying I don't know what I'm looking at this one, but although I do believe that there's multiple spirits and entities involved. So
if you go up to the, oh, never mind. Because Biggie found a face in that picture that you were just on. I think it was that picture where that one vine went at a curve a little taste. There was a face there, a very distinct face.
Let's go back then,
But
okay?
there's multi faces in there though.
So what do you see, boys? What is going on?
All right.
Is it fair
well-
for me to call you guys boys? I'm 55. How old are you guys?
40.
I'm 41 tomorrow.
Yeah, believe it or not, I'm old enough to be your dad. That's scary. Think about that.
All right, where you have your thing at right now? Go to the. Do you see where the X is going up to the left corner?
Yeah, hold on. Let me answer this. Okay. And by the way, everyone is here. I'm not ignoring you. They're in the room. I'm just one guy. So believe it or not, and not that upset, not that exceptional of a guy. Okay, let's go back to here. First thing is, what is that? What is that?
I didn't see that.
What is that?
I'm curious of what that was. That looked like a little arch of light or something. Right there.
You could say it's an artifact, some lens from the lens. Could be. It's a strange artifact, but it's possible. It's very.
I didn't put nothing like that there. But if you go up where the X starts to go up to your upper left corner, where it meets that first tree that comes up right there. We'll stop zoom back out. Right there. You see where you got that bright spot right there? Looks like a starlight. I'm pointing at my phone.
I'm having, this is, sorry, man. I'm not dissing you, not disrespecting you, not trying not to listen to you, but that is very.
Well, if you think that's interesting,
but here, right here.
Like that.
Did you guys not notice the totem pole that's being created right here?
Yeah.
No.
And at the top of it, it looks like a deer head.
Yeah, you've told me that before, Biggie. Said mentioning deer heads and stuff.
No, I will zoom out of it so you can see. It's not just pixelation.
Plus, I'll give you something else to look at too. You see where the tree is, the big tree that's closer to you, to the camera?
Right here.
You see the white hairs?
Oh, good eye. I didn't even notice that.
This stuff right here?
Yeah, it's like white hairs. And there's been known out there at this hot spot, multi-white Sasquatches. So could it be that?
Well, here's a couple of issues. If it was light or if it was from a light source like the sun rays and that kind of thing, interacting with the camera, generally speaking, but not always, that the rays is all going to go in the same direction. This is not happening here. They're going in different directions. So that could be hairs, sure. What the hell is that?
I'm just saying, if you like that or whatever, he has better pictures than just that.
Well, I'm sure he does.
Yeah, that. I'm like, what is that?
What the hell is that? Because that's like 3 in a row and it's dots. And then the same focus. If we oh shit. You zoom out, zoom back in a little bit. This going on, and then this stands out like a sore thumb. And then we got this going on. I noticed that too. You think it's hair, okay? I know.
Yeah, because in a couple of different clips, like right after it's gone. So.
Yeah, and during the video feed.
And there's more. Like there's one here, and then there's a couple more in there, and then all of a sudden it's just not there no more.
Same picture, is it?
No, this is it. The yellow got a little brighter. That's the next frame.
And notice a couple things are different in this picture.
Yeah, the illumination at the bottom is gone, the yellow one.
That hair y'all were just talking about in the last picture is gone.
Well, there's still something going on there, but
there's still something there, but it's not all the way.
Well, that one thing that looks like this. And this is much different now. Now you can see that it's just a log.
Yeah, see how it looks like a deer head though? Like with the antlers, the deer. And then that other one is just a log or whatever. That one you was thinking was a face over there, you can see it's just a log.
There's a lot going on there, man. There's a lot going on there. So it's interesting. Now you can actually start to see that it's a tree. But something
then
at the time.
You see the totems went away. The faces that were stacked up.
It's true.
And this is just right after it, so right after the last picture.
Well, what I find interesting is this guy right here.
Yeah.
You guys see it?
Yep.
You see the eyes, the nose, the mouth?
What I noticed too by looking at multi pictures of this same spot is some spots that look like faces, you can rule it out because of the stuff on the ground, but there's a lot of them in there that you can't rule out because it changes it. When it changes pictures, it changes form and it moves.
Plus, yeah, there's something, yeah. And it's always more than one entity. So it's always when there's these lights or these orbs, or when you have this kind of disturbance, or maybe a way of looking at it too. It's kind of like a rip in the fabric of time, a rip in from one dimension to another, a slit, whatever, however you want to say it, some kind of distortion within one realm after another.
My theory is they can use a porthole to travel from like PA or Ohio or anywhere across the United States or across the world and go to different locations in the world.
Oh, it's just, yeah. You know, this.
See, my mindset is they can travel from
Josh,
my spot to his spot.
Josh, you got the background noise. It's gotta cut it. Sounds like somebody's television or something else is playing in the background.
I have no devices playing.
I don't either.
It's coming. I just muted Josh. Okay.
Hello?
It's coming from your end, Josh. I don't know what's going on, but it's coming from your end. So
all I hear is wind chimes outside. And the wind.
Yeah. Except there's something going on your end. What's going on? I'm gonna have to mute you, man. I hate to do it, but I guess you got Biggie here, so I'll talk to Biggie for a little bit until you figure it out. All right. Okay. So Biggie, I don't mean to be rude to Josh, but it's like really bad on my end. So you can hear me, right, Biggie?
Yes.
Is it all muffled on my end?
No.
Okay. So something's going on his end. I'm sorry, Josh. If you can hear me, it's like, bah. It's bad enough. So what else is going on? So how long have you and Josh been working together on these projects? You guys work together, right? You go out in the field?
Yeah. We were watching another channel, and then that's how I met him. And then we started our own channels. My channel ain't even been a year yet, and his channel ain't been a year yet. But he's been doing research in the field longer than that, though.
Okay. So what do you think we're dealing with, man? What's your take on the whole thing?
Well, to me, it's like an active portal.
It's an active portal.
Yeah, like I think the creatures, whatever you want to call them, can travel from one spot to the next.
It's not good. It wasn't good on my end, Weasel. I'm sorry, man.
Like they can go in and out, so from different dimensions. Who knows? They can. Maybe they can travel from different planets.
Hear me out, Josh. Hear me out. I just unmuted you. There is.
I can hear you.
No. It's your end. It's driving me nuts. There's something going on. There's a bad echo feedback coming to my end. I don't know what.
I walked around though. I just walked around. There's nothing playing in the house.
Well, I'm not making it up. It's on your end, man. I muted it. It's gone. So it's something's going on your end. You got some. Do you have another? Is there a computer or something in the other room that's playing? Is your woman listening to or something else listening in the house? Or there's an echo that's really bad.
Kids are in bed sleeping. Their TV's off. My wife's in there folding laundry. Her TV and theirs off. There's nothing on.
All right. Well, hey, now whatever. Yeah, it's bad now. Yeah, it's bad. So. All right, I'll try my best to endure it, but I'm not going to endure it for much longer. I can tell you that much. Not to be a jerk, but man, when it's like hurting my ears. So, yeah. Tell me more about what's going on here. What are you guys seeing? This is different. Just the lighting's different too. What's going on here?
Yeah, the lighting is way different. Off to the right, you know.
Right. What's going on here, man?
I can't explain it. All I can say is I think it's a portal because of the things that are happening during it. Like this is only a few months old. I've never seen nothing like it before. I've never looked into interdimensional portals or anything of that nature.
Right. That's very interesting. Cool
Like I
stuff.
said, as you go in time, you learn more, and it leaves you with more questions.
Always. That's what you get into this, and the next thing you know, you'll be looking at other things besides Bigfooting because it's the Bigfoot community is not going to give you the answers.
That's what I tell people when they go out. I tell them, if you're researching Bigfoots, make sure you research everything else. Because when you get into looking for Bigfoots, you're going to run into a lot of other stuff.
All right. What's going on here, Josh?
That's Chaka. Now, that little light thing that looks like teeth, I cannot explain that. What I can explain is
this Chaka right here?
Yep. You can see her eye socket, the eyebrow. That's her finger over her face. And then on the other side is her hand. She was removing my trail cam from the tree.
To the left, when you see the white, like looks like a skeleton hand, that's the hand.
Mm-hmm.
Right here?
Took my trail cam,
to the left.
buried it in the leaves, face down.
Right there, that's part of the hand. Yeah, that's the part of in between the hand. But yeah, that's the hand.
Oh, right here. Is this the fingers?
Yeah.
Is that the thumb?
She was taking down my trail camera.
Correct.
Well, that's a damn good photo. What the hell?
That shows the whole hand, and people think they
what's in its hand right there?
People think they
nothing.
Have
she was taking my camera off.
Oh no! What's this dark spot? Is that the camera?
That's in between the fingers.
Is that the camera? That's what I'm asking. Yes or no?
No, that's the space in between the fingers. That dark area.
No,
my trail camera was mounted on the tree.
Look what I'm saying. It's all black right here.
To me, it looks like the trail cam and the light above the trail cam, the IR. That's where you get the white circle.
It's holding. You guys think
it looks like it's holding the trail cam? Yes.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me. It's because it's rectangular. It's got a rectangular shape to it.
Yeah.
Well, I found my trail camera face down in the leaves.
Maybe
to me, it looks like the same thing. Like it snatched the trail cam off. It's holding it, and it's twisted.
Is there another thing? Let's see if that maybe if I just did it make a difference? Nope.
I recognize that site.
It's yours, buddy. I'm trying to figure out where this freaking echo's coming from.
If you look at the hand or whatever, people think they have 5 hands, like 5 fingers, like human, like our hand. But that picture shows different.
Because a lot of times, if it's on my end, it's because maybe the YouTube channel's open or the Facebook channel's open, but it's not on my end. It's on Josh's end.
Yeah, that's what I did when I joined. It had the other channel open.
This is really cool. If you could turn your volume up, Biggie, and I don't know, maybe Josh turned yours down. Maybe that's what it is. Not that I don't want to hear from Josh. I'm just trying to figure out why that echo is going right through my ears. I don't even have headphones on. It's that bad. But this is really a cool picture now that I know what I'm looking at. We got a freaking handhold and it looks like a possible trail cam. This is really awesome, guys. Tell us more about this. I mean, you can see it.
Yeah, there were 7 pictures in that series over a 3-minute period. And I left the trail cam up there. When I came back to get it, it wasn't there. And I'm like, where's my camera? So I was all angry and stuff, walking around the woods. And then there was a pile of leaves over there in the woods. by a tree, and I'm talking maybe 50, 60 yards away from where my camera was. And I saw my strap sticking out of the leaves, my green tree strap. So I went, picked it up, and there was my camera. I was like, oh, cool. And I was like, oh, some jagoff came and messed with my camera. And then I'm reviewing the footage of it, and then the camera turns on. There's nothing in the picture, but I'm hearing tapping on it, like tap, 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 tap. And I'm like, well, what is this? This is retarded. There's nothing going on, but I'm hearing tapping and this and that. And then there was these pictures. For some reason, the videos would not work because I didn't have a computer at the time, and I was trying to read the cards through my phone, and the videos wouldn't work. So I got the pictures at least.
Wow, this is really good. It's really good, dudes. It's a really good image. It's really high quality.
It's definitely awesome.
High quality. Once it was pointed out when I was looking at it, like, I have to mute you, Josh, when I speak, and then when it goes okay. And then, so what? This is high quality. This is a really good image. This is worth all 2 hours, all the frustration, everything else.
Yeah.
Once it was pointed out, the hand, the thumb, you can see. I mean, it's so obvious. I'll point out again in case anybody's not seeing it. There's the space between the thumb and the fingers. Right. The index finger. There's an index finger. This is the thumb.
The other fingers are behind
There's
it.
Knuckles right there. This is, but would naturally be the back and the shadow of the hand.
Yeah, like the middle part. Yeah, the middle part of your hand. Yeah.
There's the head, the conical shaped head.
Yep.
The brow.
I see it like that, but he doesn't see it like that. He sees the eye, the face looking straight at you with the eyeballs, nose, and the eyelash. See, I see it that way. You see it, but he don't see it that way.
I can see how he can say it that way too, but I would. It's more. I see more. It's more.
I see it looking straight on.
Josh, I'll bring you up in a second. I'm not trying to avoid you, but I see a profile.
Correct. I see it too.
That's
how I see it, and that's how you see it, but he doesn't see it like that.
Oh, it's so strongly, so evident. So, anyways, I'm a little man now. He's probably talking, dude. We can't hear you.
No, he's not talking.
Okay, you ready now?
Yeah. Like, it's her face. I mean, it's the same one that I've seen several times looking around the trees at me. It's the same one I walked out of the ravine on. It stood there swaying side to side, balling its fists at me. It's the same one that's always following me around the woods. I call her Chaka.
It could be either way. It could be what you're saying. It could be a portrait or it could be a profile, depending on how you look at it. And either way, regardless, the hand. What's going on with no fur?
I don't know.
I'm baffled with that too. The only thing it looks to me is like almost like when they had the hand over the thing, it took an X-ray of the hand.
Well, here's the question: how do we know that that's her hand and that's not another entity? 2 entities in this picture instead of 1.
Could be.
I'd say a hand because that's what would make the most sense to me. You know what I mean?
Well, I know there's a hand. I'm saying, maybe you don't understand. I'm asking, how do we know?
Because that dark area.
How do we know there's not 2 entities instead of 1? The white hand belongs to a different entity than the other one. It's the one.
I mean, I see your point, but to me, if you look at the shape and you go along the bottom, you can see the arm along the bottom of the picture, and it comes up to the camera. If you watch, look at the bottom. It goes right along the bottom. You see the hand go right along the bottom. Come on.
What do you want me to do, man?
Right there. You go straight along. Yep.
Biggie, you got to turn your volume.
Turn
up your volume, man. Please turn up your volume. Please turn up your volume because I keep walking over you because your volume's too low, man. Try to turn it up, or if you're talking to the phone, put your phone closer to you. What do you say, man?
I said it. You can see the hand part along the bottom of the picture.
I don't know what you're saying, man. Something about a hand and the bottom of the picture. I mean, I see the wrist.
The palm.
What's going on?
Okay.
I think that's the palm.
If this is the face, the hand is doing this along the bottom and coming up in the frame like this.
Right. I don't think you guys understand what I'm saying. Biggie, I can't understand a damn thing you're saying because it's too damn low. Okay. On the other side, Josh, your echo is insane. So, and I don't know why. But anyways, this is really cool, man, and this is really awesome, man. What's going on here?
That's that picture that you showed before all the lighting was changed up to see that pink thing in the tree.
Okay.
That's that still shot from when we heard those 3 knocks and Weasel was looking up the hill, and then right there. But right next to it, against the thick tree, there was a much bigger one that was black. We thought it was a white Sasquatch for a long time, but then when we started altering the lighting of the picture, we started seeing the morphology of the head. And we realized that it was elongated snout and pointed ears.
He sees it.
Yeah, I see several things going on, but very cool, man. What's going on right here? What's going on right here?
That's where that pink thing was.
Ah, that's much better.
That's the picture where the dog was. They showed at the beginning of the show.
Right. But I'm saying this is a better image than one you guys tweaked. For me.
I'm not good at tweaking images.
Now it makes sense. Okay. Yeah. I sure tweak it. It's like someone's got a. Okay, this is really cool, man. I really like that. That one is really good. This is a very interesting picture. What's going on here, gentlemen? Is it the same picture? Just a little.
Yeah, but look, blow it up, and where that right next to the tree, you see that? Where the circle blobs in?
Okay.
The black one right next to that white one to the right, on next to that big tree where that circle, the green circle blobs in. Yeah.
Is that it?
No, over. Right there. You just touched it. You can see the snout, you can see the mouth, the teeth, the eye.
Definitely the dog, man. If you go to the left and look at the white beside the tree, you'll see the white part. No, keep going.
Here?
Keep going.
All right, gentlemen, I've had enough of this. I mean, it's we'll have to do it another time. It's been fun, but there's so you one of you dudes has a really issues. It's really bad. It's you know what it is. Which one of you has their phone plugged in?
My phone's not plugged in. I got 70% battery.
Is you got your phone plugged in? Now try it, Josh.
No, mine's not plugged in.
Okay.
Phone plugged in either.
I got it. You know what I got it? You remember, Josh? I now know what's going on. You see how that works now? Nope. No. I'm having fun, man, but we're gonna have to end it. So, because I'm 55 and it's driving me absolutely freaking nuts. The feedback that's going on. So, and the only thing I can do is I can mute Josh, and there's no feedback. So, I guess we'll end it. How about that? How about Josh? It's fun talking to you. I really appreciate it. Biggie, if you want to keep on talking, you and I talk, okay? Because I can't handle it, man. I'm a trooper, but I'm not that big of a trooper. You know what I mean? So, can you hear me, Biggie?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me what we're looking here. Tell me what we're looking at.
If you go to the left, keep going to the left, like move the picture to the left.
Right here?
Keep moving, move the picture to the left. Yeah, go over with the picture. The other way. Right there, you see that? Sticking out behind the tree, the short tree. That's another image of the dog sideways. The white image.
Right here?
That's the head of the dog, yeah. See, now on mine, I can zoom it in and all that and look at it, and you can see the teeth. You can see the side of the snout sticking out. You can see the eyes, the ears, the blade back.
Well,
The other
is this
ear
the
sticking up.
where's the mouth at? Is the mouth right here?
The mouth would be right, stop, down. Go down, right there. That right there along that line.
Are these the
mouth.
eyes?
Yep.
Okay, I got it. All right.
I mean, when I looked at it, whatever, you can actually see the teeth in the mouth and all that. It goes all the way down that whole ridge. For some reason, it looks blurry on here, but when I look at it on my phone and all that, it looks way clearer than that.
Right. So,
I mean, you can see the definition.
I feel so bad for Josh. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm not trying to be a jerk, but man, it's just so it is what it is. So there's always next time, right? So we did spend a couple hours together. So, yeah. That's interesting. A dog man. Right.
Yeah, definitely. And then you can see the couple faces there, like three of them right there. You know, you got the one right up, that white
Well,
one,
what's
and you got the
this,
one
man?
above it.
You can see, like, okay, I've filmed multiple entities before where they had these big black bulging eyes with
Yeah.
2 dots. And then, unless there's a possibility here. Say this is the head, right?
Correct.
And this is a hand, and that's
Like,
another hand right there.
could be.
And then you could have the 2 ears, and then
Yep.
it would make sense to me. So what I'm betting on
It's
is
propped up, looking like this, like it's falls
like
upon it.
this, right? It's like holding to the side of it or something, you know,
Or like it's
that,
carrying something.
or it's just like sneaking. It's like it's got his hands and it's sneaking around, right? Or no, it's not around. He's looking above, but his hands.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
That's what I would see. It would be interesting to have the where's which. So that's there. Okay, let's see where was the original photo again? It was here, right? That's the original photo I'm looking at right now.
Yep.
Huh. No, I can't see it in that one.
Yeah, because when you look at it on the phone or whatever, the phone puts in more definition on it or whatever. Like looking at it on the computer, it pixelates it like this. I don't know what the quality is from
it's really bad for the pixelation.
Yeah, when you go from the computer, it does this, and then when you do it on a phone, it does it like crisp image. Maybe it's a different processor and the newer technology. I don't know.
And that's the same image again.
Correct. Just a different light form of it.
We lost a lot from here.
Mm-hmm.
There's something going on, but right there, but lost a lot. It's very interesting. I'm seeing fly. Listen, guys, I'm going to tell you, I put my money on this. I've seen this before, and when this happens, and I know it's going to be hard to believe, but there's actually branches flying in the air, vertical, horizontal.
I've seen that too. Whatever. When I first looked at that picture too. So, yeah.
I mean, I'm not making that up.
You can see it. Like to me, I think that they're hunting. They're using sticks or whatever, like spears, and they're throwing it at an animal to eat.
Well, how about this, Biggie? How about this whole idea is okay? So the spirits are transporting all these different branches to build a tree structure, like a teepee or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And just picture, just like okay, all of a sudden they're flying in the air, and the next thing you know, it like pixie sticks or something, or like toothpicks. They put it all together and make their teepee structure, their X structure, or whatever, and no one ever sees it happen, right? Because it happens so fast. It's not there, and the next moment it's there. And
see, I noticed that my hot spot, there's the teepee structures. There's little ones and bigger ones from the different size, different size Bigfoots. And when I went in this winter, they took them all down. But then I went back in. I go in every weekend. I went back in the weekend, and then there was another one they had just freshly built.
Okay. What are you trying to get at, Josh? Can't hear you, man. What are you trying to do?
I got my wife's phone so I could be in the chat. I'm Jessica Joyner on there right now. That's my wife's phone.
We can't be on both things though, so you can only be on one, right? Or else you're gonna have echo.
How am I gonna have an echo whenever I'm just typing from her device on a different profile?
Oh, you just type it on there. Okay. See,
yeah.
You sure that you are not on your computer? Remember, we started out. You tried to use your computer. You couldn't log in. Is your computer volume still on? What?
No, my speakers are all off.
The only reason
everything in the house is off, and my wife just
9 out of 10 times the reason why somebody having an echo on their end is because there's two devices running. So I hate to do this, man.
Yeah, my wife told me what you were hearing. She came in and she handed me her phone and told me I could type through her phone to chat with you guys because she said it was awful what was coming through on my end.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, man. Okay. We'll just talk to Biggie. And yeah, if you type something, we'll try to see. Hi, I'm okay. So juggle. If you can see the chat as well, Biggie, let me know. So let's talk about this image. Let's talk more about this image. Biggie, do you see anything that I'm saying? Can you see what I'm saying?
I see the sticks going like they're flying through the air.
Do you guys have in your neck of the woods, do you have a bunch of trees where the branches are all vertically straight like that? You know any tree like that? Vertically straight?
No.
I don't either. You guys hold on to this one.
I'm just saying I don't.
Yeah.
Never seen one standing straight.
You better hold on to this image because it might be the only time you get this gift. I'm serious. It's not that often that you film this one, and it's a very vital piece of the puzzle and how these things and these tree structures just show up out of nowhere all over the world in towns. Listen, I've found tree structures are literally a couple feet from the edge of a parking lot in the middle of town next to an office building.
Oh,
right?
Wow.
How did that happen? And how did nobody else see it? You know what I mean?
I find them right up next to schools. There's 2 schools, a bus garage, and a park where I do mine.
Yeah, and they just cast it out. Okay, whatever that means. I don't know. I got this big eye cast last night. Yeah, so okay. Maybe he's talking about. So yeah, and I've noticed that too. They like nursery schools. Nursery schools and that kind of thing, right?
Yeah, I think they're interested in like humans or whatever, and they just like watching what goes on. They like to observe us, I guess is the way to say it. And then like when you find Usually Sasquatches are by nuclear power plants. You find them by schools. You find them like in, like parks, next to military bases.
Mm-hmm.
That's the kind of stuff they like.
Do you see what I see, Big?
I mean, I see something in the tree. Yeah.
Do you
Looks like
see?
a face in the tree. Yeah.
Do you see the
I
eye
see
there?
that
The eye there?
eye, and then down is the nose.
Eyebrow.
I see the mouth. Yeah, I see it.
Okay. Now let's get
I
back to
also
this
see the
one.
one right below it, cloaked. The big white thing right there. It looks like it's the
Well,
face. And
let's
all
get
that
this
too,
back.
so.
Let's go back to those. Okay, so multiple spirits. These are carrying these branches. It looks like they're floating in the air because these spirits can float in the air and they're carrying it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like think of Casper the Ghost carrying, a wand or a cane or something like that, right? Anyways, gentlemen, I appreciate this couple hours together. I think it was fantastic. You guys are doing a good job. You captured some very specialty. This is really awesome.
Are you still going out and doing stuff in the field or no?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I haven't done it in a couple months, but
Oh,
I mean,
it's been cold too.
would you like to see some of my images?
I like it. I like your stuff, man. Your
Have you seen-
concept on it and all that is pretty much where I've been leaning mine, and I don't think you're far off.
So I'll show you a couple of my images. That gives you an idea. Not that I, love, and then we'll end it here. So here's a good example. So this is one I filmed last May. So there is an entity right here. You can see very clear. There's his nose and mouth. There's another guy right here. His eyes shine in black, and there's another guy looks like.
Right there, I see
Now,
that.
what's happening is there's the tree. The leaves it's absorbing them.
See, that's where I go into mirror imaging, like a chameleon. They blend in.
If you just change the contrast, can you see them now?
Yeah, I seen it right before you even changed it.
There's the eye. There's the eye. There's the eyebrow. There's the eyebrow. He even has the eyelash. You can see the wrinkles in his forehead. There's his forehead. There's the hairline.
I can see the nose and the mouth and all that. And
he's got that kind of human-like nose, right?
Correct.
You see the big old mouth. He's got the goatee and all that. Then he's got his body right there, and it's got like a fro-like thing. You can see two eye shines there. And then they got this guy. He's like one eye. He's like winking, or this eye's busted up. He got buck teeth and all sorts of stuff.
See, I like how you described that one right there to the bottom, but to me, it's looking more like sideways, and to me, it looks like a dog.
Oh, that's a man. It's 100% a dude, and it's or a Bigfoot, and it's Here's the thing. There's his nose. He's got the pushed up. He got a pointed nose. There's his ridge of his nose right there. He's got the hooded nose. That's his lips. That's his eyes shine. Right. That's the eyebrows. It's wrinkles in forehead. And yeah, ain't no dog, man. That's for sure. In fact, I had an encounter with that motherfucker. I know it's not. So in my backyard. In my backyard. So
you're lucky. I wish it was my backyard.
No, it was the three worst days of my life. I wasn't lucky. Oh. But I did discover the power of the meaning of Jesus Christ and how that. And I don't want to preach to anybody about it, but you're getting real bad bind, man. The name of Jesus will drive these things away. I guarantee you. But I had 3 days. 3 days of being tormented by these things. 3 days that I'll never forget.
See my wall.
So when he magically came out of that damn tree in the backyard and got 15 feet in front of my mug. No, it's a mixed blessing. It's in a blessing down the road, By the way, there's another entity right here. If you see that with its eye shine.
I've had them 5 feet from me.
Well, whether it's 5 feet or 15 feet. Yeah. Well, yeah, I had to, you know what? Right where I'm sitting right now, at the end of those three days, there was one on my porch right there, 5 feet running up and down, right? It wasn't until I got really pissed off and just started screaming at him and throwing F-bombs and all this, scared the living daylights out of it. You could hear it going all over the place, right? And the funny thing of it is, it happened 3:30 in the morning when my neighbor upstairs, my buddy Mike, showed up.
See, that's the thing too. It happens
He
here at
saw
3:30
it.
in the morning. Your spot 3:30, witching hour. I've been saying that.
Yeah.
There's something about that witching hour at 3:30 that always happens.
Yeah. Yep.
Now that's what I need to figure out.
That's just an image. I mean, I could show. I don't want to keep. If you want to see my images, you go to my channel and watch it. I'm not going to waste my time with that.
Oh, I've been over there. I've looked at them.
Oh, you've seen some of them?
Okay. Yeah, I've seen you been in my channel too, in my room.
Okay. You talking about the Facebook page?
Yeah, the Great Outdoors Biggie. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a fantastic. That's just wonderful. I mean, that's a legendary image, and you guys don't lose that one, because I mean, that'd be like a cover for an album or something, or a excellent
book or anything.
Book. Yeah, man, it's
a poster.
That is by far the two best things in my book, which you guys shared. This is all cool. This is amazing.
Yes.
And the other thing that's amazing to me is the capturing of branches flying in the frickin' sky, right?
Correct.
Very fortunate and very rare. So, Josh, I wish I could keep you on, but so let's just since we're at it here, so where are we at with this? I'm sorry about this. It's not easy to do it this way and try to keep going and flowing. I mean, I can tell you. Especially when you got a live. So let's try this here. Let's remind people of a few things. So first of all, Josh's channel is Sasquatch Topic PA. Most people in the room already know about that, but the people in the future won't. And then Biggie, you have the Great Outdoors. Oh gosh, what's it called again?
Great Outdoors Biggie.
Great Outdoors Biggie, and that's, you can find definitely on Facebook. Are you on YouTube as well?
Yes, the Great Outdoors Biggie YouTube channel and Facebook chat group, Great Outdoors Biggie, Squatch Topic PA.
Can you see? Can you put a link into the chat for us, or could Josh? Can you put a link of Biggie's channel in the chat room so people can access Biggie's YouTube channel? If you guys could do that for me, because I'm not going to do it because I get too much going on me. But and as far as Josh's channel, obviously it's in the information box already provided. So, guys, it was really awesome. It's impressive work. I know that a lot of people. And by the way, thank you, Shelly, as well, for helping out. Let's see who else is here. Bobby Gooden, thank you for showing up. Who else is there? Ramona, I want to talk to Ramona someday. She graced me the opportunity to talk to you, Ramona.
That's our sister.
Friend. Who's it?
That's our sister, our native sister.
Yeah.
Mine and Josh is. Josh.
Yeah, but she lives in California.
Yeah.
Right. So, what are you? Are you Native American?
I am, yes.
Yeah, full blood or?
No, just a little percentage. Not enough to claim.
Right. Well, I'm, believe it or not, it might be hard to see, but I got a whole bunch of Ojibwe and Cherokee in me.
Yeah, my grandma was Cherokee, and we have 1% of Blackfoot. We were the one that ran off with the tribe. Well, the tribe ran off, one of the Blackfoot ran off with the Cherokee and mated. We're from that part.
Right. So let's weasel file the name. We need not. What we need is a link to the great outdoor biggie. So, anyways, it's a medicine woman I want to talk to because I want to talk to her about things. So, and like my brother said, I would meet a lot of Native Americans. They also said they probably wouldn't like me because I was too white looking. So, which is true. You know, when I was forest fighter and I was out in California, I was working side by side with the Navajos and some of the tribes in Canada. Man, I guess it's payback time. I guess that's what it was. And I was the dude that they're going to pay back, man. I was brutal being around those guys. They hated my guts, man. I didn't do anything either, man, except be cool. Not everyone's that way, by the way. A lot of guys were cool, but then fighting forest fires, it's just like, I don't know how many times I was told to F off. I didn't do anything, man. It's just existing. You know what I mean? So I know it's not very
popular. To my page in there.
Okay. So, and I know that's not a popular thing to say, but it is what happened, man. So there's no point in lying about it. There's good, bad, and ugly on all sides, and everybody's side. The thing is, though, if we get together, work together, we can get back to what it used to be like before they stole it all from us. And remember, all roads do lead to Rome. So, saying that, there's the link in there. It's in the information box for you guys. You make sure to copy it now. And thank you, Biggie.
Yeah,
nice meeting you. And who else is? Oh yeah, Weasel Flowers. Thank you for being there. Harold, thank you for being there. Tara Love, thank you for being there for your buddy. Jessica, of course, for your man. Randy, thank you. And who else?
The Weasel Files and OCST have their own channels. They work with us, and so does the cameraman, Jack Riggs. They work with us too.
Cool. I definitely got the Weasel Files channel. So,
okay,
gentlemen.
NC Backwood Bigfoot Research Team that works with us too.
Who?
It's NC Backwood Bigfoot Research. They work with us too.
Cool.
Okay. Bobby Cook.
That's awesome, man. So, yeah, I hope you guys have a great success, and all goes well. And I'm sorry about the ending there, Josh, about the echo and all that. Definitely didn't want that to happen. So, I think it turned out pretty good for the first time. You know what I mean? It wasn't the easiest thing, you know. It's not, you know, but we turned out that we actually, you guys share some real gems. Thank you very much. Those two images are burned in my brain. You know.
Well, you seen the last time we talked, the pictures I sent you.
What's that?
I said the last time we talked or whatever, you seen the pictures I sent you.
I misunderstood that, man. Try one more time.
The last time that we talked, the pictures I sent you, you seen mine.
Oh yeah. Well, that was like the first time we met. Right.
Correct.
So we'll talk again, gentlemen, if you so desire. I would like to. Maybe in a couple months, maybe 3 months to 6 months, we'll set up another time when you got some new intel of what you're discovering. And damn, you never expect it to be the way it's. You know, it was a bit of a rough night, but it was worth it because those two images in particular are just. I know I'm being a broken record right now, but damn.
We're glad you liked it.
Well, no, it's more than just I liked it. It's really an important. That one, it's extremely important images.
Yeah, it is.
It's not about the horizontal flying branch is extremely important because it's a revelation of what's really going on out there. And two, the one, it or her holding that rectangular thing that you guys feel is a camera. That hand is fantastic, and that profile. Or, there's another thing too. These things move so fast. There's always a possibility as it moves so fast that the camera caught it. You know what I'm saying? It could.
Yeah.
Eyes can travel. You know what I mean? Kind of thing. So that's what could happen.
That's what I was thinking too. It moved it so fast that it caught it everything in one.
Either or, both sides. So, but awesome, dudes. Thank you. Everybody take care and have a good night. Thank you for sticking around. And like I said, tomorrow, got a show at 1. It should be really good. You got another show tomorrow, Saturday at 6. Then another one of Sunday at 9 with text from the Texas front porch. And then Tuesday, Sasquatch, Ontario. Big Mike's showing up. We're going to be talking about it.
I follow him too.
Yeah, he's been around forever and a day. So, sorry, man. We'll talk to you later, man.
All right.
And his broadcast.